Hello everybody, my name is Marlow and welcome back to the Ripple Effect server where we are currently experiencing a blackout, but no need to fear. I brought torches, hopefully you can actually see now. So I've done a little bit of an off-camera project. Pretty much I was in search for a double zombie spawner so that I could set up one of those, two close by together so you could activate them at the same time and get lots of server players' heads because that's the data pack we have installed. You know all about it. By the way, guys, any of you on the server, if we already have one of them, a double zombie spawner, please let me know so I can actually finish my endless quest. But in searching for that double zombie spawner, I stumbled across a not one, not two, not three, but 4 spider spawners. So I've set up a quad spider spawner farm thing. Lots of black concrete. You guys probably can't even see anything, so I don't really want to spend too long here, but I do actually want to spend about an hour here. So I'm going to AFK here for an hour, as I said, and then I will be back, and we can just see how efficient the farm is. 1 hour later, and we have got a grand total of just over 33 stacks of string, if I can count correctly. Probably miscounted, making myself look like a fool. Also got some arrows and bones. I honestly have no idea how they've got in there. The only thing I can assume is skeletons are able to spawn on magma cubes. Not magma cubes, magma blocks. But there's no other mob drops, it's just stuff from skeletons, so I don't really know what's going on there. But yeah, 33 stacks of string, that is not bad for an hour. Back over at the base now, and earlier today I was just wandering around my island, or I say my island, wandering around my rooftop like I'm doing here, trying to think of things to build, gathering inspiration, and once again struggling to think of something. But then I came to the docks over here and I was like, these aren't really done. I mean, there's still so much room, well not really so much, but there's some room, hint hint, over there, for me to build something. So, what would go with some docks and the ocean and some boats? And then I thought, a lighthouse, right there. But then I also thought, wait, a lighthouse might look a little out of place with all of the modern and very somewhat futuristic, I guess, looking builds. But then I thought, why don't we just modernize it, make it modern, make it fit in. So honestly, I have no idea how this is going to look. I've got a rough idea of what I'm going to do. I do need to flatten a lot of this out. It's quite big. Gonna need some more white concrete as per usual. It's like the most used block in this whole place. It just goes so well with everything. But yeah, I'm going to build this and actually show you what it looks like, and hopefully you don't all think it's too ugly. So that is the rough shape. Yes, a little stubby. Yes, kind of looks a little weird. And yes, most importantly, I've got the classic white and red colours. So there's the lighthouse part of it sorted. Obviously not done. Still plenty more to do. But I don't know. The structure kind of reminds me of something. And I cannot think what it is. I keep thinking it's like, it kind of looks like the World Cup. With like the ball at the top there. Just like a fat World Cup trophy, I guess. I don't know. Does it remind you guys of something? Because I cannot put my finger on it. But yeah, now what I need to do, obviously it's lacking a light, but I can't decide whether I want, or what color glass I want at the top, or even perhaps ice. Yeah, a little bit of a different change as opposed to glass. I have waited until sunset hoping I could get the light changing on camera, but unfortunately it goes a bit before sunset, so if the light's already on, I may as well stay here for a couple more seconds and yeah, show you what it looks like in the dark, nice and illuminated. I've put in some windows there and actually done a bit of interior decorating, nothing too exciting, don't get your hopes up too much. But yeah, I think the ice looks quite nice, bit of something different as opposed to just white concrete and like grey glass like I do all the time. So if we go on through the door, or not, go, oh, phantoms, okay, let's hide inside. Yeah, so really nothing spectacular. I've got this cool sort of, I don't know, I don't really know why I've done this, but it looks kind of funky. I like it. Some end rods on the way up, and yeah, just a stairway going all the way to the top, just in case I want to check out the light a little closer. Okay, I'm gonna go back down. I don't know why they were up there. Oh, I've got a hole in top. How did they get in there? That's quite impressive. Okay, Yeah, so that's a lighthouse done. Let's fly away quickly, perhaps. But there is maybe something else I do want to do on the island today. And I say maybe because I honestly have no idea whether this is actually going to look good or not. Basically, my idea is to, somewhere in this area over here, if I can just land, over here, to build a reverse aquarium. And by that I mean a normal aquarium, but flipped on its head, basically. So I'll build some sort of structure coming out of the water, and then fill it with water, and then, in theory, fish and dolphins and squid and such will swim around on the inside, making it a little easier for them to see. So, an aquarium sort of above the sea level here. The only thing I'm stuck on at the moment, which is why I'm uncertain whether I'm actually going to build this or not, is I don't know what shape to do, and I'm worried if I don't do a cool enough shape or a shape that fits well enough, it's not going to look very good. So basically I need to go into a creative testing world and figure some things out. I'm either going to go with option A, the classic dome, or option B, some sort of cuboid. And I'm leaning more towards the dome, I think. Yep, so I leant all the way and ended up going with the dome, which I think was the better choice out of the two. The cuboid may have looked a little strange. Obviously it's not done, I've still got a couple more things to do, such as actually fill it with water. You may actually not be able to tell because I've used light blue glass instead of light grey, as opposed to everything else on this island, which has glass involved. So nice bit of a change there. But I do also want to add some other, or well, one other type of block. I'm thinking I'm going to use cyan concrete, kind of stick with the blue theme. It's a bit blue, I would say. And yeah, I need to add some sort of like structurally sound platform or something down here, because at the moment it's just hovering above the water surface. I think I'm going to leave the top bit open, the actual dome, because the whole purpose of it is to see inside, isn't it? So I don't really want to cover that up too much. But yeah, I need to add some sort of pillaring below the water so it actually looks somewhat stable. I have some sad news, guys. Bert the dolphin from a couple episodes ago is no longer in our coral reef here. I don't know whether he tried to escape and ended up suffocating on land, or whether he actually made it over the gap here and is now free swimming in the oceans, living his best life. But yeah, he's no longer in the coral reef here, which is a bit sad. The skeleton horse is, at least one of them. Don't know where the other one's gone. Oh, maybe this coral reef is just plagued and everyone's dying. But yeah, if you see Bert, or a dolphin name tagged Bert, please return him to his rightful owner, aka me. I miss him ever so much. Oh my god, I don't believe it. We actually have fish in our aquarium here. And we did have a dolphin a second ago. I failed at recording, so I had to retake. Oh, he's still in here. Oh, dolphin. Bert, is that you? Imagine. Hang on, I feel the need to go check now. Bert, slow down. Oh, it's not. Ah, sad day indeed. Yeah, so that's amazing that they're actually using it. I really did not think they would. Not in the slightest. Even a squidding around in there, loving it. Oh yeah, the pillaring stuff. This is what I've done. It's really nothing too exciting. It just makes it look somewhat structurally sound, I think. Yeah, anyway, let's get out of the water because you guys probably can't see anything, and I want to look at the fish some more. Oh, this is so cool. There's just something so much cooler about seeing them up high, this height. Phone, shush, please. There we go, silented. As opposed to seeing them down here. I think that looks really, really cool. You know what, I think this is going to be the episode where we just do a bunch of stuff on the above ground of our base on land here. And there has been this thing here bugging me for I don't know how long. The whole base is kind of starting to come together, and I can't just have machines just laying around like this, making the whole place look ugly. I have no idea why I've used two different types of blocks here. Did I do that? That doesn't seem like something I'd do. Jimbo was using it the other day. Jimbo, did you do this? Probably not. It's probably just me being strange. Yeah, so I want to get rid of this and build something else in replace of it. I'm not sure whether I'm going to do it here or somewhere else. I'm probably going to do it here just because, yeah, we've got a little bit of room to fill up here. So that is something, I suppose. It's not done. I obviously have still got the concrete converter right next to it. But I think that's a little bit of a different thing, perhaps. Yeah, I don't really know. It's just the three primary colors in cubes stacked on top of each other. I don't know. I think it looks kind of cool, though. Whether it fits or not is an entirely different question. And the other question that I'm kind of struggling with is... well, not question, but I don't know what I'm going to fill these with. Like, I don't think the concrete converter will even fit. It'll fit on the bottom one, so that I'll probably shove that thing down there. It's 4x4. That'll go down there very easily. I might even try and find a different design, one that's built with even numbers. Or I'll do something just so it's symmetrical. But, like, these two here, there really isn't much room. I was thinking enchanting station, like enchantment table, because I don't actually have one of these at the base. Anytime I need to go enchant something, which isn't that often, I need to go to like the Ender or something. So I don't know if I'm even going to do stuff with this episode. I might not. You will find out in the next clip. But yeah, there isn't really too much room because of this, and I obviously need to add some stairways in. I might even just leave it as nothing, to be honest, but I think it does look kind of cool, and yeah, see, plenty of room at the bottom here for that to be shifted on inside. So, turns out I didn't really like the idea. I've taken it all down, but do not fear, I've moved it over to here and shrunk it down in size. Yeah, I just couldn't really think of how to fit everything in there and what to put in there, so instead I've moved it just beside the modern art museum type thing we have there, just as its own little thing. I don't really know. I like the whole build too much to just completely disregard it, but it was just not not suited well enough for what I had in mind with the concrete converter, so I've basically just made it a thing that has no use, but you can climb up it. It does have some lighting, looks kind of cool at night. I'll try and remember to show you if I remember, which I may not. But yeah, so I've moved that over there, but you're probably wondering, where's the concrete converter gone? Well, I will show you. Let's get... Oh, by the way, I have a beacon up because I'm preparing a little something for next episode. And when I say little, I mean rather large. So I've done a little thing over here. This thing right here. It's meant to be like a modern looking fountain, and I actually really like how this looks. It's inspired by this photo. Hopefully it's on the screen if I can find it again. That's a really nice fountain, and I wanted to make that in Minecraft, so this is my version of it. I think it looks really nice and really clean, really minimalistic, and yeah, I do. It's white concrete again, I know, but I really like how this looks. I don't know why I do so much, but I do. It does have a use though, so if we go down this water column here, this magma thing, I don't know, you will find the concrete converter in another very minimalistic room with a bunch of paintings on the wall, looking very fancy. Yeah, there isn't really too much to show down here. This is just where I've got the concrete converter. I'm safe, don't have to worry about phantoms and drowned coming to kill me while I AFK to get lots of concrete, because I seem to be using millions of it. The one thing I don't like about this room is these things right here. They're really kind of ruining it for me. I did originally plan to use end rods instead of the glass panes, but that didn't work, so I had to go with glass panes, and now they're sticking to the blocks, and I only realized that after I built it, and I wasn't going to shift the whole room around, so I'm just going to have to live with it. And then we go back up, and we're out again, and oh yeah, another little cool thing. It's actually kind of like makes sense. It's got like a circulatory system. That's not a word. Circulation system. So the water, you know, as though did that loop that I just did then. Kind of makes sense, I guess. Maybe. But yeah, so there we go. That is the fourth and final build we're going to do in today's episode. We did a lot on the base today. I'm really happy with all the things we did. We did the lighthouse, of course. Obviously, the light is not on. And then we did the coming into render distance soon reverse aquarium. We got any fishes in here? Possibly. Let's have a land. I can't see. No, we do not at the moment. And then we built the cubes that were there and were way too big. I've literally like shrunk them in half, I think. And then of course the modern fountain, which It's not my favourite build, but it's one of my favourites. I do really like it. But yeah, guys, that is going to be it for today's episode. Thank you guys ever so much for watching. I hope you did enjoy it. Let me know what your favourite build was, and I will see you in the next episode where we're going to be doing something big, hopefully.